Who do you think be relegated at the end?
Brentford. Confirm Brentford.
I think Brentford going down. Small club.
The gulf is too big for Brentford.
Brentford will go down.
Actually, should only put 3 defenders. What the fuck? Put 4 defenders for? Fuck. But okay.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything, but actually we know nothing. Match week 1 has already thrown up many surprises. Thomas Tuchel has already gone clean shaven. Jurgen Klopp has gone without specs, and I've not done my hair this recording. So a lot of things have changed. In Premier League history, only one team has lost on the opening day and gone on to win the title. That was Manchester United in 1993. Unfortunately, Newcastle fans...
shit. We were this close.
9 other teams also lost on the opening match week. With us today to review match week 2 would be Liverpool fan Imran back in his home kit, Chelsea fan Robin, and Newcastle fan Manjun. So I think we can start off with the biggest match of the week. Tottenham's 1-0 win over Manchester City. It's Man City's 4th consecutive defeat at Tottenham's new stadium. They've yet to score at the new stadium actually. And of course, Harry Kane didn't even make any appearance at the stadium. It was Son Heung-min who scored the winner. How badly do Man City need a striker now?
It's quite stark like how much they're missing someone at the top, because watching from the game, it sort of displays what people have been saying about the Man City squad. They didn't really have a lot of cutting edge inside the last third, especially in the penalty box area. They play a lot on the flanks. Their new £100 million winger, whatever you call it, in Jack Grealish. I mean, obviously he adds something to the team, right? But it's like not obvious enough, and obviously it didn't result in any it didn't change the result of the performance. So at this point, people will start thinking, wait, do you actually really need Grealish? Yes, he's really good. Yes, I think he had quite a good performance, contrary to some pundits who felt like he did nothing. I think he did his going forward he was good, just that it didn't make a difference in the end. It plays sort of into Spurs' hands, because if they even if they want to sell him, right, they have all the leverage now already. Because Man City go after this match, they will be like, okay, shit, we need to get actually a proper striker, and then they've been going for Harry Kane. And then from Spurs' perspective, it's like, okay, we can perform without Harry Kane. We actually can win Manchester City even without Harry Kane even being on the bench, right? So to them, it's like, okay, we are gonna sell him, but we can hold out for as long as possible. And if at the end of the day, Man City don't buy, we still get to keep Harry Kane. It's also a win. So it's like a win-win for them.
Is it an overreaction to say that if Man City don't eventually get Harry Kane this transfer window, is it a case of Man City no longer being title challengers?
Yeah, I think that's a massive overreaction. Especially considering last year they started really poorly. We rewrote them off and they bounced back to deny everybody to prove the doubters wrong. Although there is a big risk now because we don't know how long they can sustain this false 9 system. Plus, they are missing quite a few players, right? De Bruyne is still on his way back. He just set the bench, came on for the last few minutes. Sterling, to be fair, while he played, I think he's still trying to find back that match sharpness. So it's not all doom and gloom, but I do feel that Man City's weakness, besides from the striker department, I think it's the left back. When Zinchenko is not playing, Mendy is really, really suspect. He can put in good crosses, but his defensive work is really not great. So he leaves Ake quite exposed. Yeah, so I think that's a danger in the long run if that is going to be a permanent fixture there. But I don't see it happening, so they desperately need Kyle Walker back.
Okay, I guess can ask Manjun for the Spurs perspective. A lot of us, and I think a lot of other pundits were also rightly quite down on Spurs. No Harry Kane. It looks as if this could be a rudderless campaign for Spurs. Not sure if they even make top 6. But this time it was quite a good resolute performance from Spurs. Conversely, is it an overreaction to say that maybe Spurs will be alright even without Harry Kane?
Firstly, I would like to congratulate Spurs. I think it's just first day adrenaline and first day luck. I really feel I feel along the course of the season they would struggle without Kane. I mean, props to Lucas Moura, but I think he can't do it day in, day out like Son can. When teams sort of expose them a bit, I think they'll get found out. Maybe now is the first match day, then things are hyped. They are playing in their full stadium for once. Then maybe you can pull off this kind of miracle. But I think the next time they play Man City, I don't think it'll happen again.
I would have to say though, watching the game and how Man City were a bit suspect, the back maybe you can say is still a bit first game of the season, a bit rusty. Most of their players were involved in internationals also. So maybe there's that excuse. I think Guardiola also alluded to that also. But I guess, yeah, maybe not all doom and gloom for Spurs. After the result, especially, I was looking at my table and realized I put Spurs 8th. And like, maybe they'll finish a bit higher than
I
that.
still think they'll finish 8 or 7.
Okay.
Not gonna hide that up, man.
In terms of surprises of the week, I think we can start with Majun first. Were there any teams or team surprise you the most?
I guess it'll be the Watford match lah. Like they seem like they have been in the league for a few years. Which they come up and down so many times. Yeah, they more or less know what's going on. But the fact that they can beat they make Aston Villa look sort of like they expose Aston Villa quite a bit. I'm quite impressed by that lah. Other than that, I think that the fact that Brighton won a fucking game, so quite. And actually came back from 1 goal down to win the game. That's even better. So that's why I have high hopes for Brighton this season. Quote me now.
Okay, I mean, you alluded to the Watford game. Xisco is actually the first Watford manager to win the club's opening Premier League game of the season. So Watford don't traditionally start off very well in the season, but I would say though, like most of their signings, I mean, we did kind of gloss over Watford during our preview for the season. Most of their signings actually did quite well. Juraj Kucka, I think in midfield was pretty good also, and Emmanuel Dennis. I think surprised Robin based on his FPL picks. You know, he shoved Troy Deeney out of the starting 11 and he scored and assisted also.
I think more surprising that Aston Villa didn't do that well, because we all had high hopes for Villa. And I guess this shows that I think home form will be key. The support at home will be very important for the newly promoted teams. Yeah, to be fair, I think all the promoted teams gave a decent account of themselves. Even though Norwich didn't get a result, I think they played with good spirit.
Okay, no one saw Watford winning, but it's a surprise. But you can also see how it may have happened just because Aston Villa lost Grealish. They got like a few new signings in, right? So maybe they're still learning, like they're still gelling as a team. In that sense, it's a bit more realistic that Watford beat Aston Villa than Brentford beating Arsenal. It's very hard to have predicted this result just by the fact that Brentford has never been in the Premier League, number one. And then number two, no matter how bad Arsenal was, you would expect them to at least get a draw against Brentford. And like, I don't know, I think people don't even know half the players in their team, you know. And then you compare it to Arsenal, who has like all these players who, okay lah, even though they didn't have arguably their top 2 players in Lacazette and Aubameyang, but that's the thing, you shouldn't need them to be able to beat Brentford lah, I feel. But who knows, maybe we're looking down on Brentford too much this season and they will become the next Leeds and make us eat our words. Yeah, but I think, yeah, it's a surprise, but from Brentford's side, I feel like very hard to start judging them based on this one performance. But it's easy to judge Arsenal based on this one performance. Of course, it's just what they've been doing all along since last season.
In terms of the second goal that Arsenal conceded, right? It did kind of remind me a little bit about Stoke's tactics. You know, they had a long throw specialist and then the ball bounced in the box. All the Arsenal players don't know what to do and then Brentford scored. That kind of reminded me of Stoke a little bit. But of course, Brentford are more than just like, you know, set piece, good at set pieces or just completely just physical only. They did actually look pretty good, although Arsenal kind of contributed to it, defended pretty badly. Is this Arteta's fault?
It's always Arteta's fault. He should have been gone months ago, boys. Yeah, and okay, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but why is Pablo Mari still in the team? Like, I really don't know why. Like, I think last season or the year before, he was like not even in the team, before injury concerns or something like that. But the fact that he comes in just because Gabriel is out, then the fact that he comes in and he's your third choice centre back, it screams problems lah for me. The quality is just not there.
Having spent 50 million on him, surely he's their first choice centre back. Like, Robin, is this a concern that Ben White, I would say one of the worst players on the pitch that day?
Wow, that sounds quite harsh, but it's very hard to pick a worst. It's definitely one of the 2 centre backs, but I can't choose who's worse lah, to be fair.
Can't blame the boy for being 50 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. And he's only 22, 23. He's still learning, kind of. But I'm not sure if, you know, I think one of my friends, when I was chatting with him, he made a point that a lot of their centre backs are not 2-man defense type of centre backs. You know, they best in a 3.
Okay.
So that could be an argument, but it doesn't excuse just all-round bad defending lah. I get it. More shocking is that the right back was what's the guy's name? Chambers, right? Instead of Bellerin. Although Bellerin wants to leave, but the Cedric Suarez was on the bench doing nothing. Rob Holding was also on the bench. That's what I was surprised with. I thought it would be Holding and Ben White. I don't know how big of a difference that would have made, but yeah, I was just shocked at how bad Arsenal were as a team. It's very hard to pick a worst, like a one worst player, but as a team, they were horrible. Only Emil Smith-Rowe, he's the heads and shoulders above everybody else.
Disappointments of the match week, it will definitely be tied into our surprises also, but
maybe the fact that West Ham considered 2, I was
Hello,
quite surprised.
did you not watch the goals?
Okay.
Yeah,
Quality goals, okay?
But yeah, I expected their defense to be a bit better.
Okay.
I guess my disappointment was that the fact we considered fucking 4
Yeah,
goals
yeah.
and 3 in second half. That is the most disappointing thing.
Yeah, you guys collapsed.
Collapsed. Yeah. And what I realized is that once we put our best 11 out there, the bench not very good. I mean, you got Ryan Fraser coming in on for ASM. You got Jolinton coming on for Callum Wilson. I mean, they're not bad, but they're more like third string kind of players for me at this rate.
Okay. I mean, Steve Bruce did say that the aim for Newcastle this season is Europe.
Yeah, they are in Europe, like England.
Although he said he understands that fans want thrilling football. I don't know, is that unrealistic expectations for Newcastle?
I got to give credit to him. Even though I talk so much crap, but I am very, very encouraged by our performance. That really, we actually look like an attacking side because we have all the attacking fucking players. So the least we could do is fucking attack.
Yeah. The league could have been bigger somehow,
Yeah,
right?
could have been good. And I was very impressed, not by ASM, not by Wilson. I was very impressed by later Miggy Almiron. That the way he played is totally different from how he's been playing the last 2 seasons. He doesn't run around like a headless chicken anymore. He actually looks up. He cuts the ball back well. He makes good passes. I don't know what the fuck Copa America did to him. But then he did wonders for him.
How did Paraguay do? I don't even know.
I have no clue. I didn't even follow. But I'm so impressed by Miguel Almiron. I think how well we do this season, it'll be all up to him. Because he had no new signings. So everything will come from internal improvement. And he has shown that he has improved quite a bit, even though it's in the first game. Yeah, but it's more a part of how he has been performing the last 2 seasons.
Imran, any disappointing aspects for you?
Maybe the Man U Leeds game. I may be biased, I probably am, but it's like on one hand you were thinking, I think people are thinking if Leeds can make the next step up, right? Because they did fairly well last season, so you're thinking like, oh, maybe they can go one step further, challenge for Europe, maybe take some points off the top teams because they would usually do just because of the style they play. But no, it's the same old Leeds. They just go all out and then it's either they whack the other people whack them. So in this case, obviously their quality is not up to Man U standard and then they just kind of whack. So it's disappointing because on one hand, it feels like maybe Leeds haven't improved since last season. So,
but isn't this the Leeds way actually?
But you want to see whether they can sort of learn from their mistakes, right, from last season. Maybe be a bit more prudent, like not go all out or something. But I guess that's their style. So I don't know. Maybe find some way to alleviate like all this kind of thing, despite wanting to play their style all the time. Yeah. But on the other hand, also disappointing because now Man U got off to like a flying start and then like then now suddenly they are like genuine title contenders with like Paul Pogba like back to his best, or it's like suddenly playing for France like that.
I have to say, of course, welcome back to all Man U fans on Instagram and social media. So it's been a long time since we've last seen you. You have to give credit to Man U, 5 goals, 4 assists for Pogba, 3 goals for Bruno Fernandes. It's his first hat-trick for Manchester United. Does this performance change your perception of Man U as title contenders, or you already sort of knew that this was going to be the threat they'll pose?
I think I kind of knew and expected them to be a threat. Like the top 4, anyone could win. That's the truth. The only thing it might have changed is maybe I should have put them as 3rd instead of 4th. So Liverpool, or I think these two, Liverpool's the one that might be a bit scary because of depth. I think Man U looks like a stronger team.
Have to shout out to Livramento for the Chelsea youngster moved to Southampton. Actually did pretty well. It's not the only Chelsea youngster who did well. Chelsea youngster that definitely did so well.
Which loan player should I watch out for now?
Chelsea. Is this a new category? This is new
Chelsea loan players watch
our show.
Chelsea young player of the week. Yeah, man. I know who you're talking about. My
Who's
young man, Trevor Chalobah.
Oh,
Who the hell is he? Come out from where?
it's the
Youth
brother.
system, yeah. The brother is Watford, right? Nathaniel.
Nathaniel Chalobah.
Yeah, but like before last season, last season also never
Uh,
hear about this guy before.
Yeah,
What.
he
Last
was
year it
on loan in France. Forgot Lorient or
France,
something. I forgot which team. I
Yeah.
think so. I think he was in France.
Oh,
But
okay.
wow,
how
he
did he
suddenly
fight?
came.
How did he fight his way into the main team even?
Match fitness, or he was one of the few players that's available from preseason all the way. So he played in the Super Cup. He did well there, and then now he started again, which I was quite surprised, to be honest. But wow, that goal, wow! I also have like goosebumps when I saw it. Like, oh shit! Like, you know, the fans like to the cheer, the shoot, that kind of shit. He really did. One bottom corner, damn nice. Then his celebrations is like, wow, super touching. Like, oh shit.
But maybe it's because it's against Palace.
I don't know, but it was a legit strike that would have gone in against many, many teams. Maybe only like Alisson, De Gea might have saved it, that kind.
What position is he playing in?
Centre back.
In place. Oh, he's a centre back somehow.
Yeah, he was the right centre back.
I don't know if you want to talk about Crystal Palace performance. Maybe still a bit early to say, but you know, it's
They
not
were
looking good
trash.
for Patrick Vieira.
Yeah, they were trash. They offered nothing at all. It was such an easy game. Like, very, very, very easy game. They will go down, they'll go straight down back to the championship if they play like this.
It's been a while since they've been in the championship, but okay, yeah.
No, but they played horribly. I was very disappointed with that. If that can be counted as a disappointment. Yeah.
Okay, maybe a
they
bit
were
of
really
shades
bad.
of Frank de Boer also. But I guess we can round maybe title contenders with Liverpool's performance for England. Happy with the, Salah 2 assists, 1 goal. Firmino scored also. Sadio Mane was all right. So I guess everything is back to being rosy again at Liverpool.
Yeah, I guess. And it's okay lah. I think it's sort of a continuation also from the previous season, right? Because towards the end of the season, we got like a possible something like along the lines of like 28 of the last 30 points or what, right? So I think it's definitely encouraging coming into this season to see them like back. I wouldn't say back at their best because I think they always as like against the smaller teams, it always feels like they have like an extra gear that they can go into if they had wanted to.
I think we can go on to our previews for match week 2. I think don't have to go around and ask. I think most people would say the biggest game of match week 2.
West Ham,
It's
Leicester.
Leicester.
Crystal Palace, Brentford. yeah.
Hello, that's 5th and 6th
Yeah,
last
why
season.
Arsenal are at home against Chelsea. This is another time for them to try and show if they are the biggest club in London. This was a game that Chelsea lost last season. Any chance of Chelsea not winning this? Even Lukaku is coming back also.
Oh, shit.
I mean, there's always a chance of Chelsea not winning. That's what I felt last year. It's exactly the same feeling. Like, I expect Chelsea to smack Arsenal, but then they bloody won last year. But I really don't see any way they can do it this year under Tuchel. No, like, I don't see it happening at all, especially if Lukaku comes on as a sub or anything. Did you see the meme, the Ben White versus Lukaku meme? Wow, that was hilarious though. Even without Lukaku, Chelsea should win Arsenal like easy. Like, I don't see a way Arsenal are going to beat Chelsea unless we become so slack and just like let them win, you know.
I mean, maybe it's gonna be another Arteta masterclass.
Yeah, it better not, because Arsenal have become this type of stupid team that puts up big
just
performances.
Like turtle and then hit you on the break.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It sounds very like a small team sort of mentality.
Yeah, they have become like that, right? Arsenal, so annoying. But logically, no, it should be easy Chelsea win. 3-0.
Wow, okay, confident.
Chelsea has been very consistent under Tuchel, which is very different from how Lampard was. Like Lampard previously, it was like he had a good squad. I would say a similar squad, but like he's always a bit up and down, right? Which explains about the upsets. But I think Tuchel is like more experienced and like more knows how to use the squad better. So I don't see that much upsets against him, especially not from Arsenal. So, but maybe the score 2-0 2-0. Don't.
Okay.
Not gonna be that big. Need to give a bit of faith. If not,
They've been Arsenal. That's
Arsenal gonna be like 5-0 down after the first 2 games. What the hell?
Who knows? Chelsea have also whacked Arsenal that that with that kind of big scoreline before also.
Yeah.
I think that was like Arsene Wenger's, it was one of his important games or something like
Yeah, it's like his 1000th game, I think. Yeah.
Then what, 5-0 or something, is it?
Quite
It
big,
was
quite
6.
big. Yeah, might have been 6.
Yeah.
Given that there are some reports that maybe Aubameyang and Lacazette could be back late August, who knows? Maybe he starts them for the Carabao Cup. I don't know lah. But I don't think their youngsters can do much damage against his Chelsea team. And go for 3-1.
Yeah, I'm also going to go Arsenal score. Maybe Chelsea 2-1. We've gotten the big match out of the way. Maybe we can do rotate amongst the four of us. If any game you want to bring out from match week 2 that you may want to highlight or mention, maybe you can start with Manjun.
Okay. I'm going to start my team lah. Aston Villa Newcastle. Oh, my teams. I mean, Aston Villa Newcastle. So fast already.
Both, walao.
I feel that
This must be a hard game for you to watch.
One is my wife, one is my new girlfriend. So I hope that my new girlfriend doesn't show up with like Ollie Watkins and what was the midfielder's name? The Brazilian dude, Douglas Luiz.
Douglas Luiz.
Yeah, I hope they don't come back because it's one of the reasons why I think they struggle in Watford because they are quite thin up front. I feel.
Okay.
Yeah, so hopefully they won't be back. And Newcastle, I think with the performance we gave against West Ham, you minus the second half because defensively we were just trash. I think as long as we get Lascelles back, we get Shaw back, I think it should be fine. We could get a point. I'm going for a draw. I'm going for an exciting one. Looking at how Steve Bruce plays nowadays, I'm going for a 3-3 voice.
Wow, big score.
Nice.
Okay. Given Villa at home, Newcastle away, I'm going to say Villa bounced back. They did pretty well, even though they, after they went 3-0 down against Watford, they did try to claw it back. It looked at one point they could actually make it. I'm going to go Villa win 2-1.
I think that'll be 1-1.
Aston Villa's defense started flopping because John Terry left.
Somehow they managed to make this about ex-Chelsea player, but okay.
I gotta give you a shout out to my man.
Where's he now?
Free, I think. That's
Okay,
nothing.
somebody's wife. I don't know.
Yeah.
Windbridge
Talking about wives and new
got to
girlfriends.
trigger the Windbridge fence. I don't know.
Well, I'm tempted to go Villa win. I will also go for a 2-1.
I think the more interesting one will be West Ham Leicester.
Okay.
Because number one, I think they were pretty close last season, right? At some point, they were like neck to neck for the final Champions League spot, even though both of them faltered in the end. So I think this will be a good gauge of both their abilities. It can be a early indication of who's going to have a better season. So yeah, and I think it'll be a nicer game just because of like their scores being a bit more on par with each other, right? Yeah, and I'll go for Leicester 1-1, Wolves 1-0 this time round. I think it'll be a similar level. I think it'll be Leicester 1-0 also.
Actually, I'll go for West Ham win. I'm still not convinced by Leicester. I think Harvey Barnes a bit rusty. The attack a bit rusty. I think Wolves quite easily gotten a point from them. But West Ham looks fucking good So I think I'm gonna go for West Ham win. How much We'll go for bigger. I go for 3-1 West Ham.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Statement win for West Ham. Robbie?
I'll go for a small West Ham win, 1-0.
Actually, West Ham in the first half against Newcastle, not exactly very good. Although, the comeback did kind of make me think back to Robin's statements in our preview. Maybe still underestimated David Moyes a little bit. But I'm going to underestimate David Moyes again. I'm going to say 1-1 between West Ham and Leicester.
I think it'll be quite interesting to see how Southampton performs against United.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna get smacked.
I think
8-0 already.
as a neutral, it should be a fun game. It should be a nice match.
Man U fans
If you want to watch goals, I think yes, this is the match to watch. I'll go for a big United, like another 4-0. I'll go 4-0 United win.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
I think if it really comes true, United fans,
Oh, that's it. That's
definitely-
it. Yeah, Ballon d'Or picks, I
I
think I
think
know
we
who
all
already.
have to hide from social media already. Okay, Manjun.
I think there's a higher chance that Bruno was gonna hat-trick than Adam Armstrong scoring a goal.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
don't believe the hype of Adam Armstrong. Oh my god. But all I know is that Southampton fan, I'll be fucking scared. Now it's Vestergaard gone also, I'll be fucking scared. So I go for 3-0, not so bad. Maybe 1 assist for Pogba, 2 goals for Bruno.
I'm hoping for Man U faltering a bit, but like 2-1, they were like, it's like those sort of like they just like scrape through again, and then people start thinking like, hey, why the squad 1 week suddenly so 1 week suddenly so 3.
Unfortunately, it's the same also. Even though I might want to see Man U probably drop points here, but they've got quite an easy start to the season. Even after this, they face Wolves next, so I don't really see them dropping points in the next few weeks against Southampton. I don't think it'll be a complete trashing. It's hard to predict that kind of thing, but probably, if you're going to be playing FPL, probably get a few Man U players into your team because they'll probably start racking up the points. I think here, going to go 3-0 Man U. Okay, as for my game that I'm going to bring up, maybe this is a bit surprising. I'm going to go for
Brentford
Leeds against Everton.
Oh, that's a good game.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Sounds
interesting to
exciting.
see, because Everton had a very good away record last season, but that was because no fans. Can Everton sort of repeat that? It'll be interesting to see if Leeds can potentially bounce back here. Maybe if they beat Everton, suddenly everybody will be back to normal. Okay, this is probably not going to be a second season syndrome for Leeds. I think Leeds will beat Everton though. Yeah, even though Everton were impressive in the comeback against Southampton, I'm going to go Leeds 2-1 win over Everton.
I'm going to predict the opposite. I think this season's going to be Richarlison's coming out party as a top player. So
Not last season, man.
last season cui lah. Last season was quite bad, to be honest.
Last
based on
season was
standards.
Calvert-Lewin's coming out party.
But I have to say that Everton's team of fucking paper thin, you know what I mean? Like even though they signed Demara Gray and Andros Townsend, but I expect to be like backups. But they're fucking
now their
starting.
first team.
Yeah, so I think they're screwed. And then I see the Everton squad. The backup to Kevin Lewin is Nathan Broadhead. I don't think Nathan and his Broadhead will do anything in the league. So I can go for Everton win. I think Richarlison might contribute a few. 2-1 Everton.
How long have you waited to use that pun?
I just thought of it, right? I saw Nathan Broadhead.
Okay, Robin?
I'll go for an exciting draw, I think. As tempted as I am to support the home advantage, I'll go for a fun draw of a 2-2.
Our favorite scoreline from last season.
Yeah, man.
Everton probably gonna be more defensively solid with Rafael Benitez, and he's also a bit more experienced, so there's less chances of Leeds sweeping them away. But Leeds is also at home, and with Bielsa's style of play, it's very likely that they can ride the momentum, like the home crowd and all that, to like get a big win. I'm gonna go Leeds win just because I want them to win their first home game with the fans back. So I think I'm gonna go for a 3-1 Leeds win.
I think we can just do one trial round of the rest of the games. If you have anything to add on, just say also. Man City against Norwich.
Maybe 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0 also, same.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1.
Need 2-1.
Liverpool at home against Burnley.
Nothing lah. I think Liverpool gonna win 2-0.
Yeah, man, same. 2-0 also.
I think 3-0 lah.
For those of us who are hoping for Burnley to get relegated, right, it's a good sign. Usually at home against Brighton, they will squeak out a 1-0 win. They ended up losing the game.
I think they will get relegated. This is the year,
I think
boys.
there's a decent chance. I think this might be the next step towards that also. Liverpool 2-0 also. Brighton at home against Watford.
Yeah, this could be fun. Actually.
This is the fun game.
I hope Brighton win. I have them quite high up the table.
Oh, okay.
I think almost at mid-table, like 14 or something.
What the fuck?
Not 14. I think not 14. 16.
This is as close to relegation zone.
14. Wait.
That's not bad for Brighton.
No. I think I have them like 12 or 13 or some shit. Like quite near the mid-table. Okay. So, I think Brighton will win. Like I feel like I want their play style to have dividends this time around. Brighton, I think 2-1.
Let me be a wet blanket and go for exciting 0-0.
Very exciting.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I think they'll start Troy Deeney. They'll be 0-0.
Hey!
The guy will be
But it's okay, you can get your 2 points on FPL.
Oh, okay. I have to go for a clean sheet because I have Luis Dunk in my FPL. Okay,
Okay. Suddenly
for some
about
stupid ass
FPL.
reason, I don't know why. Okay, I think Brighton will win. I think their dividends can collect. They attack quite well for 1 year already. So go for a 2-1 Brighton win.
I'm going to go for a draw here. Maybe not 0-0. I'm going to go 1-1. Brentford will be going away to Crystal Palace.
I think the fairy tale ends here. Sorry, Brentford
But that was
fans.
fast.
Not even a tail yet.
Skip to the end. Wow.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brentford, but yeah, I don't believe that it will last so long. 1-0 Crystal Palace.
You know what? I'm going to go for Brentford's fairy tale to last a bit longer. Yeah, I'm going to go Brentford 1-0 win.
I think 1-0 Brentford.
I shall go for a 1-1 here.
Okay, let's ask whether you got any Crystal Palace players in your FPL.
No.
No.
For some reason, I got Tyreek Mitchell. I no fucking reason why.
What do you
Because
mean
he's
for
cheap
some reason?
lah. Because he's cheap,
He
right?
cheap, and I saw his name. I said, interesting, leh. But I like he plays for Crystal Palace, so there's nobody who get clean sheets and wins. So what's the point, right?
Wolves versus Spurs.
Spurs 1-0 again.
I think I'm going to go 1-0 Spurs as well. Okay,
I
I go
think-
2-1 2-1 just to be different.
Okay, can, sure. It will be the 1 week where they did well against Man City, but this is the week that's going to disappoint. I'm going to go 1-1 between Wolves and Spurs.
Then go for 1-1 also lah. You can talk about your 5-1 win against Huddersfield lah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Emphatic eh.
Yeah, that was.
What happened?
Hey, did you see Mitrovic's first goal? I mean, most people wouldn't have seen
No
it,
lah.
but
No, of course not.
okay, it was Huddersfield's mistake, right? I think it was their keeper kicked it out, bounced off Mitrovic, and he sort of fell over. He tried as much as possible to not score, right? He fell over, but yet he ended up scoring also. So that mistakes all around, but somehow it was a goal. But after that, I think the more impressive thing is that we went down to 10 men and we still managed to
Still
win
score 2
5-1.
goals, yeah, crazy yo.
Yeah, so I think looking good, and the good thing is that the other big teams in the championship, if you can call them big teams, not exactly very consistent also. Somehow, even though we only got 4 points, we are up top of the table after 2 games. So, good sign so far. Not good sign for Huddersfield. But probably in terms of like the championship update, right? Probably the sad thing is Wayne Rooney, in charge of Derby, were 1-0 up against relegation favourites Peterborough, right? And Peterborough scored 2 goals in additional time. I think it was 90+1 and 90+10.
Oh
And
my
Derby
God.
ended up losing. So not good for Wayne Rooney and his early managerial career.
Someone else gonna get injured by Rooney already.
Yeah.
Oh my
He
God.
was saying he got no squad to compete or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he has like I don't know how many senior players 9 senior players or something, but he's already injured 1, so that's 8. And, yeah.
Okay, now what shall we do? FPL or what?
Do you want to do the FPL thing? I think we can start with Robin. Robin is the only one who's like experienced in FPL. So like I don't know
he
how
played
long
last
he's been
year.
playing. Yeah, so when like I saw Manjun was doing his like what bench boost nonsense, right? Then I was like, what the
I
hell?
have no
is
idea
that?
what the fuck it means. That's what I say first. It's how low we are. I thought boost the bench means times 2 the points. I thought, yes, Callum Wilson. I didn't see any points.
Wasted, yeah. Bench boost, it just means like your bench earns you points also lor. Normally your bench doesn't add to your total points for the week.
Oh shit.
But
Okay.
bench boost adds everyone. So you have 15 players worth or something like that.
Can look at Robin's,
Okay, we
Pogba
can
and
look at
Bruno
Robin
and
first.
Salah.
Shoot this
I
one.
thought the podcast always say, you want to see what you're doing, you can watch us on your YouTube channel. This kind of thing. That's what they always say.
I guess, yeah, we're going to use that now.
Oh, I can
Look
see.
at this red team. Oh, allow so fucking red. Yeah.
Hey, must look at the fixtures. The starting fixtures favor all these red teams.
Actually, I have to ask, right, Manjun and Robin, like, do you let your club biases affect your selection?
Not at all.
I try not to.
Not
yeah.
my club bias confirm lah.
I don't see any Chelsea players in there, so.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
just
correct.
correct.
Not yet.
Maybe
Maybe
Lukaku come back and that's it.
yeah, maybe game week 3 or 4, then I swap like Ings out.
Any, like, philosophy or strategy in terms of how you choose your players?
There are some FPL must-haves like these 2 guys.
Okay. But
Because
they're
you
very
know, like-
expensive though.
Yeah, that's the problem. So, but every other team will have these 2. So if you don't get them, you are naturally already losing.
No, lah,
And
you feel like you
and
can
this-
beat the market. You say you're going to choose someone different that's going to be better. Then you're like,
I have those differentials, but it's very hard. These 2 are very consistently top scoring FPL. Yeah, even
Can I
last
just
year.
ask, what is your inspiration for Josh Brownhill?
Oh, he's just
I
a
didn't even
cheap.
notice that, but okay.
Yeah,
what
like
the fuck?
so some players are just cheap, like cannon fodder, just to sit bench, so I can accommodate all these better players.
oh,
And I prefer to pick fullbacks because they got more chance to go and cross and assist.
Unfortunately, you didn't choose Marcos Alonso.
Walao, beautiful free kick, my man. But that one is very short term. I need to see when Chilwell comes back. Then can consider.
I'm surprised to get Simicas in. So it's like very weird.
Yeah.
Like, no one will
Yeah.
put him, right? But
I only get him
paid-
because
paid off,
Robertson is out. And then he's only 4 million, so cheap.
Yeah, but it's like never even played the league. Never really
Yeah,
started
that's
any
why.
games, and then also like you said, backup only suddenly in cost Robertson out. I think not all people would have thought of him.
Yeah, that's
Actually, I'm
why.
kind of surprised though. Like, at first I thought, because Robin did mention he put Simicas in. I was thinking like, actually, it's not guaranteed to start also. I was thinking like, it's
Yeah.
possible they go James Milner.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
He's really
risk.
cannon fodder 4 mil. I'm trying to save some budget so that I eventually get Lukaku in.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that's the end goal.
Yeah. I mean, it's always KDB, Fernandes, and Salah. You need to choose between these. Then maybe Son is in there.
Speaking of Son, I think we can go to Manjun's one.
That's why I'm very disappointed that Reece James and Kai Havertz didn't get anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, against Palace.
Wow. It feels like Robin got some inside info. Betting
Yeah, I think
against
he
his own
does.
team.
I go by fixture list lah.
doing well so.
To be honest, I was dying lah. I was feeling so bad. If not for Son Heung-min, I know I'll be crushed this week.
Yeah,
So thank God he carry.
Richarlison's a good shout.
Richarlison also lah. The others, Harvey Barnes so cui. I thought he'll do something. I guess not. Then my bench is fucking Tyreek Mitchell and I realized I shouldn't put Kevin Phillips because he doesn't score.
Wilson on the bench. I'm surprised.
I think about him and Danny Ings, but I thought, Danny Ings play Watford, but can score a few goals.
In the end, you chose your girlfriend over your wife.
Yeah. I mean, girlfriend prettier, but girlfriend newer, girlfriend more expensive. Okay. I was thinking of the Leeds players because I don't think they have any clean sheet anyway lah. So I think I'll take on my Leeds players. I think I'll just keep Tyreek Mitchell inside. I'll chuck one of these two lah. That's what I say.
Yeah.
So based on your recommendation, which one should I chuck? Rich James or Kai Havertz?
Wow, hard to say, man.
Does Kai even start anymore?
I think Havertz. I mean, Tuchel likes to rotate, so it's damn hard to pick. Yeah. Okay. Your team quite balanced.
Was there any reason for you choosing your players though?
I tried to pick all those younger ones that maybe they have a breakout. Maybe like Barnes, maybe like Saka, maybe like Tyreek fucking Mitchell, but I guess not lah. So, and Richarlison lor. Yeah. To me, it was either between Wilson or ASM. But I think more solid is Wilson lah. More solid is Wilson. ASM, you don't know one flick to the nipple and he goes down for the whole season. So I think. I think if Fulham was still in the league, would you put a Fulham player inside? Bobby Reid, probably.
Probably will lah. I mean, that's why I asked whether club
Lookman.
buyers would. Yeah, I probably would include one.
Yeah, I put Lookman last year for a while.
Oh, is it? That's surprising. I'm sure that didn't go well. Mine basically was a Richarlison Fernandes carry lah. Like the rest didn't actually do very well lor.
Sar okay, Sar is.
Yeah, that was surprising.
I mean, fucking. Wow.
All your strikers scored.
Jasper Schmeichel so good. Casper Schmeichel so zai. Let's see your bench, your beautiful bench.
Oh, bench. I also got hit by the Bertrand COVID thing.
Souček.
Souček a bit sad. Yeah.
You should get rid of Jorginho, man.
Boost. Okay.
Jorginho's not a good FPL guy.
Oh, is it? Because I think you always take penalties.
Oh, but I mean, that's all. But how many penalty Chelsea?
You got the two penalty experts in front.
No, for me, Bruno, the midfielders, right? I choose all the penalty takers except
set guys, right? Yeah, but I think I would get rid of Jorginho.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's something I might consider, but then no Chelsea players now. Actually, I didn't want to include Firmino.
I was like, Firmino also a bit of a weird choice.
Because I couldn't afford Salah because too expensive. Then Firmino cheap enough. Then okay. No, but the thing is, Jota, I didn't know he would start.
Yeah.
Yeah, Firmino, in the end, Firmino also scored, so it's like the same.
That one lucky, he came on to score some more.
Yeah, generally I pick all the attacking players lah. Those that take set piece, confirm play, got highest chance to score.
Yeah, actually should only put 3 defenders. What the fuck, put 4 defenders for a fuck? Well,
I mean, this one up to you lah.
Still put fucking Luis Dunk. Well, okay lah.
Heng Sui one on the day.
Open to friends to join also if they want. I mean, we all quite noob lah, so it's easy. I mean, no, we're not giving out any prizes. I've seen some people ask their friends to join their leagues and got prizes. We don't have.
That one is everyone put $10 inside, and then we don't get the full.
But
full
we don't have discount sticks.
Don't need lah.
Yeah.
We need to put away our Man U hatred or prejudice for FPL.
You know, I wanted to choose him as captain, right? But I was like, I don't want to make him as captain.
I'm not go against our principles, Mark. Just for some FPL points.
That's true.
You cannot be celebrating when Fernandes get hat-trick. You cannot yes. Oh shit.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, wow, shit. It is. I mean, maybe my hatred for Man U is still stronger than my wanting to do well in FPL. It was funny though. Graham Souness, so reluctant.
Wow, that guy is mad. Graham Souness is mad.
Yeah, he hates Pogba. It's like
double down, triple down. I don't know what.
Then quadruple down on his 4 assists.
Yeah, their fight. Wow, damn ugly to watch. Graham Souness comments. You expect that of £100 million, man. 4 assists every game like that.
Got 120 assists at the
Say that about Grealish. That was too much. Yeah, Graham Souness is mad.
A Singaporean got, I think, was he jailed?
Why
fined very badly?
Yeah.
Saying shit. On live stream, is it on live stream?
Yeah, he went to go and DM, was it New Morphe?
Yeah.
He was
right.
Why he go and DM New Morphe?
Because he said on the Q70 or something, right?
Huh?
They're like,
Because,
yeah,
why?
crazy.
Because against Arsenal, is it? Something
yeah,
like that?
yeah,
because Arsenal lost to
Oh.
Brighton.
Because Arsenal, like,
What the?
see what Arsenal's doing to their fans.
Oh my god. The new pop
Forcing them
here.
to commit crimes.
Yeah.
Hopefully you've enjoyed our match week 1 review as well as our match week 2 preview. Even though we know nothing, hopefully today you've learned something. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.